Parkersburg City Council was scheduled to meet and discuss 3 items on the agenda this evening after the town hall. The meeting was cut short after 5 of the 9 council members walked out. A meeting needs to have at least 5 people present or it cannot be held. Public forum is limited to agenda items only. 1 woman spoke unrelated to the agenda, and a portion of council agreed to adjourn the meeting. People in the crowd waved signs that stated, "Recall the silencers," directing it towards limiting public forum and specific city council members. Since council did not get to any of the items on the agenda, they will be pushed into next week's agenda. For more information on this meeting, visit WTAP.com.